This is the Gerry Callahan Show.
It is March 29th. That means it is the first day of spring, and it's only 9 days until the new Democrat holiday. As we know, their favorite holiday is January 6th. Every day is January 6th to Democrats. They also, I would put top three would be January 6th. Juneteenth would be on the list. And then third would be Take Down Tesla Day. March 29th, we have a new Democrat holiday. Take Down Tesla Day is a day where they're going to protest, maybe violently, because let's be honest, they love violence. And they're going to assemble outside 500. They're going to have 500 demonstrations outside Tesla dealerships. There's only like 220 Tesla dealerships, so I don't know if they're going to go in shifts. But here's the story from The Verge. It says Tesla protesters are planning their biggest day of action yet, aiming for 500 demonstrations at Tesla showrooms across the world. Oh, so they're going international on March 29th. Organizers said during a mobilizing call on Wednesday. The protesters started at a handful of Tesla locations in early February and has grown to hundreds of locations across the world as more people have come out to demonstrate against Elon Musk's dismantling of the federal government. At least they get that right. That's what they're protesting. It says waving signs and chanting slogans, the so-called Tesla takedown protesters have become a flashpoint for opposition to Musk's actions to eliminate federal aid program and fire tens of thousands of government employees as the head of Doge. As we have seen, these aren't just protests. These are violent actions. These are criminal actions. And Pam Bondi is vowing to arrest these people and put them away for a long time. We will see. So far, Democrats are not deterred. In case you were wondering if Democrat leaders, elected officials, were going to condemn this violent action, like they did January 6th, you don't have to wait any longer. They're not going to condemn it. They're going to endorse it. They're going to support it. They're going to double down on this absolutely insane effort to destroy a great American company. We heard from Tim Walz and Jimmy Kimmel yesterday. I'm still looking for a prominent Democrat who will condemn this. Say, remain peaceful. Like Trump did on January 6th. Just say, remain peaceful, respect law enforcement. But they're not. This is the best example yet of how Democrats react when they don't get their way. Do they say, we got to go out there and win hearts and minds, win the public back? No, they say, let's make some Molotov cocktails. Let's key people's cars. Let's go to dealerships and set Teslas on fire. And it seems to me that it's a very popular action among Democrats, among Musk haters. And it's really incoherent when you think about it. They are upset at Elon Musk because Musk and Doge are finding and eliminating waste. Doge now claims that they've found $200 billion in fraud, waste, and abuse in the federal government, and they're doing their best to eliminate it. Now they're going up against activist judges, Democrat judges, who are trying to stop them and continue the waste, fraud, and abuse. We'll see how that goes. We'll see if they can win the battle in the courts and continue to save the taxpayers billions. But I don't know, maybe these people aren't taxpayers. Maybe they like waste, fraud, and abuse. Maybe they're stupid, like Tim Walz, who said he's very happy. He celebrates when he sees the Tesla stock go down. And as I mentioned yesterday, there's over 100,000 people in this country who work for Tesla. They Tesla uh, Tesla stock is really important to people who have 401ks, who have pensions. And as Bill Malugin reported yesterday, a really big holder of Tesla stock is the Minnesota Teachers Pension Fund. Minnesota Public Employees Pension are heavily invested in stock, in Tesla stock. This is remarkable. This guy is the governor of the state. He is the governor of Minnesota. So his people depend on this. And this moron, governor, guy who is the elected governor, it says the Minnesota State Board of Investment shows that the state of Minnesota has 1.6 million shares of Tesla in its retirement fund and 211,000 shares of Tesla in its non-retirement fund. So thousands of Minnesotans depend on this, and the governor is literally celebrating when the stock plummets. Even if they didn't have a stake in Tesla, he's a governor celebrating damage, the declining value of an American company that employs more than 100,000 taxpayers. And by the way, the CEO is the biggest taxpayer in the country, the biggest taxpayer we have ever had. And they want to ruin him. Why? Is he taking away their rights? Is he hurting them in some way? No, he's eliminating waste, fraud, and abuse. To me, this is a flashpoint. This really is. Again, like I said yesterday, there's lots of legitimate political fights you can have with the Trump administration. This isn't one of them. This is something in a sane society we could all agree on. We must eliminate the waste, the fraud, and abuse. We must stop out of control spending by the federal government. But that's not how they feel. They want to protect it. They want to somehow preserve these schemes and these scams. And right now, the Democrats aren't holding back. They're celebrating. Jasmine Crockett, a congresswoman, an elected official from Texas, yesterday, you know, when the fires were still burning at some of these dealerships, when we were seeing video after video of out of control Democrats keying, vandalizing, destroying Teslas a day after Elon Musk saved 2 American astronauts in just the most incredible achievement we've ever seen. Jasmine Crockett joined a call among other Tesla demonstrators, protesters, mobilizing to destroy this great American company. And did she say, you know, let's hold back, guys. Let's not get violent. Let's not hurt innocent people who bought the cars, most of whom are Democrats. Every time I see a Tesla get keyed, I think there's about a 90% chance the driver, the owner, is a Democrat who bought it before Musk and Trump entered the White House. They don't care. It's a visceral, emotional reaction to what they're seeing in Washington. They don't think it through. They do what Democrats, what liberals always do. They react on impulse, on emotion, and they take out a key and scrape it across a Tesla. And they think that's accomplishing something. I mean, what exactly? Musk has got to stop. You think you're going to stop Elon Musk, the richest man in the world, by keying a vehicle that he made and some Democrat bought? It's just so insane. But here is Congresswoman Jasmine Crockett talking to apparently a bunch of other angry Democrats who wanted to destroy Tesla. This is from a story Laura Luma posted, which just exposes these people as just insane children, just petulant children. But again, she's a congressman, and she's not going away. She has taken over the mantle from AOC as perhaps the most visible, the most outspoken lunatic in the Democrat Party. Here she is talking about the celebration on March 29th.
I'll make sure that I keep it short, but I am truly here for very selfish reasons. Starting with on March 29th, it's my birthday. And all I want to see happen on my birthday is for Elon to be taken down. Yes.
All she wants for her birthday is to take down the CEO of Tesla, the head of Doge, the guy who, let's review once again, the most hated man among Democrats, which, let's be honest, it's half the country or almost half the country. The most hated man, the man they want dead, just saved 2 astronauts, is planning on going to Mars, is leading the space program right now for a fraction of the cost we used to spend on NASA. That's one thing. He is CEO of the biggest and best electric car company. And a year ago, 2 years ago, Democrats didn't just encourage you to buy Teslas, they mandated it. There was a mandate by 2035 that all cars were going to be EVs. And that means lots of Teslas. And they bought them with pride and they virtue signal and said, look at me, I'm driving a Tesla. Now they're burning them. Here's another company, Neuralink, helping paralyzed people to walk. He has another company, Starlink, which has saved Ukraine, which is providing internet service for half the world now to help people in North Carolina after the hurricanes. He's got another company that makes tunnels to alleviate congestion and allow urban areas a way to move vehicles through. I mean, everything he does is advancing, is helping humanity, is helping all of us. That's what he does. He does good. He advances civilization. And what do? They destroy. One party's advancing, progressing. The other one is destroying and committing violent crimes in the name of, I don't know what, protecting the federal bureaucracy. I want to get to this woman because I get this question all the time when I tweet or talk about Liz Warren or Ayanna Pressley or Ed Markey or Mayor Wu. In Massachusetts, we have the worst elected officials in the country. I'll put our elected officials up against anyone. We just have the worst people, the worst representatives, just awful, horrible people who represent us, people that encourage illegal aliens and provide sanctuary for illegal aliens and virtue signal about Green New Deals and everything else. Everything they do is just awful. So we had a big protest outside the Tesla dealership in Boston the other day, and we found out who it is, who's organizing this. Again, from Laura Loomer. Say what you want about her. She does some pretty impressive reporting. And she did some digging. She found out who organized the protest here in Boston at Tesla. It's the ultimate awful, affluent, white, female liberal. These people are a scourge on this country right now. We wouldn't be seeing this kind of violence if it weren't for the awfuls, the angry white female liberals. Here she is, the woman who organized the Tesla protest and is encouraging more and she wants cars to burn. Let's be honest. She wants you to key cars, key brand new Teslas. Her name is Paula Oakes. Paula Oakes is a violin teacher. I don't know what that even is. She's been a violin teacher for like 30 years, probably makes $110,000 a year to teach little rich kids about how to play the violin. I didn't even know they did that. I mean, we used to have music teachers, but they would just be the whole program was sort of a joke. But apparently, if you are a kid in Wellesley, Massachusetts, perhaps the most affluent community in the whole state of Massachusetts, one of the most affluent communities in the country. And if you want to, enjoy this woman's misery, I would guess that Wellesley, if I had to guess, has more Teslas per household than any community in America. I don't know if that statistic is available, but if it is, I guarantee you they're in the top 3. So her town is full of Teslas, but she's angry. She can't handle it. Look at all those Teslas. Let's get out and key them. And she posts encouraging people to show up and take down Tesla. I would ask this woman and every every angry white female who wants to destroy Musk, what do you think you're going to accomplish? What is going to happen on March 29th when they have 500 demonstrations? Do you think Musk is going to back down? Do you think Trump is going to abandon Musk? You're going to drive a wedge between Trump and Musk? It's not going to happen. You're not going to win. You're not going to accomplish anything except exposing yourselves. This is a public school teacher who, sort of, I guess, a violin teacher who thinks she's going to make a difference, who thinks, I guess, she's going to protect federal workers, most of whom are just on the dole, like her, public employees. And you think you're going to stop the effort to eliminate waste, to make the government more efficient? Good luck, lady violin teacher. She looks exactly like you would expect to. Just a pampered, entitled, older white woman who looks at Musk as the enemy because he's eliminating waste and fraud from the federal government while at the same time trying to help paralyzed people to walk and trying to send a rocket ship to Mars. Man, they're not sending their best. This is who is leading the Democrat Party. This is who is trying to stop Trump. Angry, affluent, white, female liberals. Do you have that chart that was, I'm trying to get it up now, the chart of what is going on, of why? Who is the resistance consist of? Right now, Trump's policies are wildly popular, as we've mentioned, 80-20 issues, girls and boys and girls sports, closing the border, stopping the war. If you're wondering, who is fighting this fight? Who are the 20 that are fighting the 80 right now? I'll admit, they're loud, they're angry, but it's not everybody. This is an amazing chart. The question is, what is your opinion of? And they go through all the prominent people in the news right now in the Trump administration. Donald Trump, white men, no degree, plus 41. White men with no degree absolutely love Donald Trump. Vance, plus 36. Elon Musk, plus 33. Doge, plus 31. And then you got white men with a college degree. Trump, plus 1. So they support Trump even with a college degree. How about white women, no degree? White women, no college degree. Trump, plus 14. Doge, plus 11. Republican Party, plus 9. Then you get to white women with a college degree. Donald Trump, minus 38. J.D. Vance, minus 38. Elon Musk, minus 40. Doge, minus 39. So overwhelmingly, white women with a college degree want to defend and protect government waste, fraud, and abuse in the federal government. They're the ones. Everyone else is on board. Everyone else is all for it. Let's do it. Let's stop the waste, the fraud. But white women with college degrees like Paula Oaks, like all the people protesting outside Tesla dealerships, I would ask that. Other than Jasmine Crockett, when you see these protests on March 29th, do you think there'll be a lot of people of color? Do you think there'll be a lot of men without college degrees, or people who work for a living, people who make this country go? No. Is March 29th, is that a weekend or a weekday? Let's check. It's a 9 day. No, it's a weekend. I was going to say they could hold this protest on a Monday or Tuesday. Doesn't matter, because the people who are attacking Teslas, who are burning, they don't work. They're probably all on the dole anyway. That's probably why they support waste in the federal government, because that's their livelihood. That's their life. It's so telling right now. All right, before we move on, I think we might have there's obviously some real winners who are leading this movement. I think we might have a new intellectual leader of the anti-Elon movement. You've seen a lot, if you're online a lot like me, you've seen a lot of these people keying Teslas, spray painting Teslas, putting swastikas on them and just vandalizing them, smashing them. I think we have a new leader for this movement. Yesterday, a guy was caught vandalizing Teslas. And to be honest, I don't think I've ever considered this as a method. It's almost just
call this one the swastika.
The here is a good Democrat who is upset at Musk for doing what he's doing, and he didn't key the Tesla, he didn't spray paint it, he didn't smash it. He I don't even know how to describe this, and I don't know if he's been caught yet. But like most of these fools, he's on camera, because Teslas are covered with cameras, and so are Tesla dealerships. Hell, they're everywhere, which makes Pam Bondi's job a little easier, because most of these miscreants are on camera. He reaches down. Why don't you describe this for me, Ironhead?
He's got a real itchy butt.
Oh, good one. Yeah.
Digs in there. Make sure he's fine. He needs a place to wipe his hand off because he got way too far in there. And there just happened to be a Tesla right there.
He digs into his rear end and smears a Tesla. Oh, I hope they catch this guy, and he goes to court, and he has a lawyer. Here he is. He kind of looks like you, Ironhead. Oh,
that's not true.
Look, oh my God. This is your team, Democrats. This is, oh my God, look at that. If you're just listening,
he ain't down there. What the hell?
He just keeps going. He just keeps digging and wiping it on a Tesla. This poor Tesla owner. He'd probably prefer, he smashed a window. He just keeps digging and wiping and digging and wiping. There is your guy, Democrats. This is your party. This is your team. This is who's going to be outside Tesla dealerships on March 29th.
Defend that, Bill Burr.
Yeah, let's hear Jimmy Kimmel, Bill Burr, Jasmine Crockett. Let's hear it. Here's your guy. I mean, think of that. Normally, if you're doing a late night comedy show, if you're Comedy Central or Colbert or Kimmel, you put this on, and you mock and ridicule. All right, 2 times, 3 times. How much smearing do you have to do? And the video shows everything. He's got his face, his everything's clothes. They're going to get him. And then he's going to go to court, and they're going to say, let's read the charges. Yeah, he dug into his butt and smeared a Tesla. Oh, before we go, Comedy Central, before we move on. Comedy Central, it's got to the point where these liberal hosts, these late night hosts, comedians, they can't even control their audience. If they talk about Musk, these pieces of garbage in the audience are so excited about these violent actions against Musk and Tesla. They're thrilled. It's kind of like Luigi. It's revealing. These are the worst people in the world. The people that go, the live audience for Kimmel or Colbert or whoever this guy is on Comedy Central, he mentions the riots, the violence, and they just cheer. They love it. Let's do it. Burn more cars, hurt more people. Watch this.
Jim, they're taking to the streets or the the parking lots.
Tonight, the FBI and ATF now investigating multiple cases of possible arson targeting Teslas and Cybertrucks.
This dramatic video shows multiple cars in flames. Police say the attacker used Molotov cocktails. It's the latest in more than a dozen instances of arson and vandalism targeting Tesla.
The same suspect shot more Teslas with a gun. Tesla Cybertrucks were set on fire in Kansas City, and earlier this month, shots fired at a Tesla dealership in Oregon. Cybertrucks on fire in Seattle.
Wow, you guys like petty acts of domestic terrorism, huh?
Yeah, they love it. Petty acts of domestic terrorism. I don't know if they're petty, they're serious, but they love it. They love it. Wonder how they're going to love it if the FBI, Department of Justice, starts bringing these people to justice, starts putting them away for a long time. Are they still going to stand and cheer?
I don't know.
Probably.
You know it's bad when the host is even like, "What are you doing?"
I know. You know this guy hates Musk, and he's like, well, "What are you cheering for, you idiots?" But they can't help it. Their followers, their people are morons, and they're reacting viscerally. If you were to ask them, "Why do you hate Musk?" They wouldn't know. They go, "He's a Nazi. He's ruining the whatever federal government." I mean, they wouldn't be able to articulate it. They are led by morons. Jasmine Crockett is a moron. AOC is a moron. That's who is leading. That's who's hijacked the Democrat Party right now. The resistance, I've said it before, I'll say it again, the greatest superpower Trump has right now is his opponents, his adversaries are absolute idiots, fools. That's who we're fighting against, and that's why Musk has to power on. It's amazing. But we got lots to get to. We got to get to this story. We got to get to Jessica Tarloff from the Five. I love this. I love this new strategy that Democrats have, claiming the violent fire bombings at Tesla dealership. It's just like Bud Light. You guys did the same thing to Bud Light. It's so stupid. Throw her in there with this smearer. Just another moron trying to stop the great man from doing great things. We'll get to that and much more. But first,
Excuse me.
going online without ExpressVPN is like leaving your laptop unattended at the coffee shop while you run to the bathroom. Most of the time, you're probably fine. But what if one day you come out of the bathroom and your laptop is gone? Every time you connect to an unencrypted network in cafes, hotels, airports, whatever, your online data is not secure. Any hacker on the same network can gain access to and steal your personal data, passwords, bank logins, credit cards, all of it. ExpressVPN stops hackers from stealing your data by creating a secure encrypted tunnel between your device and the internet. Plus, ExpressVPN works on all devices, phones, laptops, tablets, and more, so you can stay secure when you're on the go. It also comes with Identity Defender, a new suite of tools to get your data removed from data brokers, alert you when your data appears on the dark web, and even insure you against data theft for up to $1 million. For me, having online identity protection like ExpressVPN is a no-brainer. I've had my share of problems with online theft before, and it's just not worth the risk. Secure your online data today by visiting expressvpn.com/Gerry. That's expressvpn.com/Gerry to find out how you can get 4 extra months free. Go to expressvpn.com/Gerry. All right, before we move on from this, we got to get to this this new tact that Democrats, it's just so, they have nothing. I know I say it every day. They have nothing. They have no argument against Doge. They find they'd like cherry pick one person. Oh, this disabled veteran, he got fired. He's been there 50 years. And you go, okay, rehire him. Oh, look what the Defense Department did. They eliminated a page on their website about Jackie Robinson. Okay, that was a mistake. They put it back up. Okay, there's one illegal alien who has gang tattoos, but he's not really in a gang. It was a mistake. Okay, let him come back. We don't. That doesn't mean we have to bring back the other 250 killers and rapists. They just cherry pick one little anecdote and say, see, Musk has gone too far. I don't think too many people are buying it. And the argument that there's some equivalency to what they're doing to Tesla on the right, it doesn't exist. It doesn't happen. They are the party of violence. They're the party of Molotov cocktails and keying and smearing. There's nothing that there's no equivalent on the right. So Jessica Tarloff on the 5, who I got to admit, I like what she's on because she's really annoying and she creates a little tension and they have a little. I mean, when they have Harold Ford on, he says nothing. It's just like a waste of airtime. Just nothing. It's
He's too nice.
He's nice, right? He's nice. It's cotton candy. He doesn't have anything really to say. I used to like when Geraldo was on because you could feel
Williams. Oh my God, him versus Gutfeld.
Gutfeld. You could feel the hate. You know, I like that when you could feel the hate. And there's some hate with Tarloff, and when Harold Ford's on, they all get along. It's boring. I mean, I found a way to watch the 5 in like 48 minutes, record it, and fast forward through Harold Ford. Trust me, he never says anything. He's just, it's worthless. But she does. She creates a little tension. She's an idiot, but she creates a little tension. And she actually goes here, comparing the boycott of Bud Light to the boycott of Tesla, which is absurd. I'll get to that, but let's watch as she attempts to draw the equivalence. Go ahead.
You guys know, I think Elon Musk has done a tremendous amount of good. I think Starlink is one of the more exciting modern discoveries or creations that there is. I, again, reiterate, I draw the line at arson. No one should be setting cars on fire. But I would argue, no, this is an important point. It's a free market point. But also, we talked about Dylan Mulvaney, a single trans influencer who was on a single can of beer for months. And that can of beer set the conservative movement on proverbial fire, rooting against at least half an American company, the Anheuser-Busch side of things. Kid Rock out there doing target practice with Budweiser cans, people vowing to decimate that brand. And Dylan Mulvaney has much less of an impact on people's lives than Elon Musk does. So is that okay? Or that was wrong too, and everyone wants to mea culpa over that? It was one can of beer with one transgender person on it.
No one was intimidated not to buy Bud
Really?
Light.
Then why did it drop?
No,
why did they lose market value?
Because it wasn't Dylan Mulvaney. It was the marketing person who denigrated the people who drank the beer.
Really, Dylan Mulvaney didn't get denigrated?
She did. He did.
Sorry.
Correct myself.
He's so right. Okay, let's just compare the two. So Bud Light hires Dylan Mulvaney. He does a little spot where he's in the bathtub drinking Bud Light, and then the backlash came. They put his face on a can and promoted it, and then the thing blew up because a marketing executive, her name was like Scheidenheier or something. She came on. We found an interview with her, and she dumped all over Bud Light drinkers. Her name was Alyssa Heinerscheid. And she's the one who said, oh, it's a bunch of frat boys and we want to be lighter and freer and open. She came up with this whole thing claiming they want to be more inclusive. She actually said that. And so people said, screw you. It was an easy boycott. As I pointed out at the time, all you had to do was grab a Coors Light or a Miller Light or a Yingling or whatever. You could choose another beer, easy. And it did real damage to the brand. They still haven't recovered. I don't remember. Maybe I missed it. Anyone firebomb a liquor store that you remember, Ironhead? Anybody vandalize a Bud Light delivery truck? Did that happen?
Nope.
I don't think so. I don't think there was any violence. It was just a boycott of a brand that insulted its loyal customers. That's all. Well, you don't want to buy a Tesla? Don't buy a Tesla. If you're upset at Musk, great. Don't buy a Tesla. Don't support the company. The problem is that's not why That's not why it's in the news. It's in the news because they are terrorizing Tesla dealerships, because they are intimidating Tesla owners to the point where people are putting stickers on the car saying, I don't support Musk. they probably do, but they're putting it on there just to fend off the savages who are keying and smashing windows and smearing their ass butter on the damn Teslas. What happened during Bud Light? That didn't happen when people boycotted Target, who were selling chest binders to little kids. They just said, I'm not going to shop there. You don't want me, my kind, my people. You don't want us. We're not going to shop there.
This was what she's comparing to firebombing cars is full shelves of beer and trying to sell them for $3.50.
Right, there it is. Yeah, that's the result of a boycott. That's how boycotts work. You stop buying it, and then they wake up, and then they make commercials with lots of American flags and horses and cowboys, and they apologize. And by the way, they fire people like this Alyssa Heidenscheid, the vice president of marketing, who said let's see, the brand is in decline. It's been in decline for a long time. She said, there's no future for Bud Light. It's a brand of fratty, out of touch humor. So that person doesn't want you. If you're a old time Bud Light drinker, which is most people who are drinking lots of Bud Light, they said, you think that about me? Well, screw you. I'll find another brand. That's not what people are doing. They're not saying I'll find another car. They're saying, let's take down Tesla with violence. If you obviously she's an idiot and Gutfeld put her in her place, but I've heard that in a number of places. It's just like, but you know what? When Kid Rock shot the cans with a machine gun, those were his cans. That was his beer. He was out in his property showing you he's done with Bud Light. He didn't attack a dealership or a liquor store or a truck. He shot his own cans. The comparison is just so absurd. It really is. But as I say every day, they got nothing. Yeah, let's listen to her one more time. Remember this woman. Speaking of awfuls, affluent white female liberals who ruin everything that they touch. Here is Alyssa Heinerscheid talking about loyal Bud Light customers.
I'm a businesswoman. I had a really clear job to do when I took over Bud Light. And it was, this brand is in decline. It's been in decline for a really long time. And if we do not attract young drinkers to come and drink this brand, there will be no future for Bud Light. So I had this super clear mandate. It's like, we need to evolve and elevate this incredibly iconic brand. And what I brought to that was a belief in, okay, what does evolve and elevate mean? It means inclusivity. It means shifting the tone. It means having a campaign that's truly inclusive and feels lighter and brighter and different and appeals to women and to men. And representation is at sort of the heart of evolution. You've got to see people who reflect you in the work. And we had this hangover. I mean, Bud Light had been kind of a brand of fratty, kind of out of touch humor. And it was really important that we had another approach.
Oh, stop. Oh, there she is. There is the face. That violin teacher, it's going to be the same person. The violin teacher from Wellesley who want you to vandalize Teslas. I mean, this is it. These are the people ruining this country, or at least attempting. This is who we saved the country from on November 5th, from that woman and the violin teacher. These are awfuls who hate Musk, who hate Trump, and love federal bureaucrats. and this woman's legacy, I mean, she'll go to her grave as the one woman who destroyed the most popular beer in America. I don't think I've had a Bud Light. In fact, I know I haven't. I haven't had a Bud Light since then. I don't miss it. I just moved on.
In August, I did have a couple.
I mean, if it's free, right? Someone gave it to you. You didn't buy it. I mean,
Yeah,
no one buys.
I was tailgating at the Metallica concert, and I had to have a couple.
Yeah. But you got to put a koozie on it or put it in a glass or a cup because you don't want anyone to see.
Like that, she's like, yeah, it's in decline. It was just targeting frat boys, and they went from this woman back to Shane Gillis.
That's true. They went to Shane Gillis. They talk about hearing your customers, reacting to your customers, to go from that awful woman to Shane Gillis, and horses and cowboys and flags. That's how boycotts work. That's how a successful boycott works. I mean, I don't think it includes Molotov cocktails, but that's me. I want to do before we get to, I want to get to Mayor Wu too here in Boston, and we got to get to Alec Baldwin and Hilaria, the only woman in the world that can make you feel sorry for Alec Baldwin. But we talk generally about like what are these people? What are they trying to save? What are they trying to protect? Why are they trying to destroy Musk? Why? And I still can't quite get my mind around it. What has he done that upsets you? So far, we know he's eliminated a lot of waste, a lot of fraud. He's exposing a lot of scams. Most of the people, like that guy, digging in his ass, it didn't affect him, I'm pretty sure. Most of the people, keying Teslas and they're not.
Well, if it wasn't for Tesla, that guy would have a dirty hand right now.
I mean, it's not like it's affecting them. They're just reacting emotionally, viscerally to their thought leaders like Jasmine Crockett and Tim Walz. But here's a story from the Daily Wire that I read yesterday. And I said, this should be everywhere. We should all know about this because this is why Trump was elected and why Musk is pissing off so many liberals. And it's just amazing. This is the way our federal government operated until January 20th. All right. It's about one federal agency. One. It says one of the 7 small federal agencies that Donald Trump ordered downsized or eliminated was rife with corruption, with his employees hiring friends and relatives, commissioning paintings of themselves, and using government credit cards to indulge in constant luxury. It's called the Federal Mediation and Conciliation Service, FMCS. Check this out. FMCS occupied a 9-story office tower on DC's K Street for only 60 employees, many of whom work from home. Its managers had luxury suites with full bathrooms. One manager would often be, quote, in the shower when she was needed, while another used her bathroom as a cigarette lounge. FMCS recorded its director as being on a years-long business trip so he could have all his meals and living expenses covered by the taxpayers. And it just goes through the way they lived, the luxury, the opulence, endless junkets to resort destinations, which employees openly used to facilitate personal vacations, were justified as building awareness of the agencies. This writer, Luke Rosiak, couldn't find anything they did. He says it was like an Office episode. They just came to work. They ordered, they lived, put everything on their company credit card and lived like kings. They ordered portraits, paintings of themselves, which they bought from the director's wife. It says the FMCS used, quote, a recreation and reception fund to order champagne and $200 coasters and purchase artwork painted by the director's wife. They commissioned paintings of their top employees and, quote, one employee said, quote, they were reigning kings. They admitted that they didn't do anything. They said they would just come to work. It says one employee, Dan Funkhauser, used his FMCS card to rent a storage unit 2 hours from the office, which he supposedly worked at. He spent $18,000 at a jewelry store and destroyed all the purchase records when he left the agency. And it's like, I don't know, 20, 30 paragraphs of them spending money like you wouldn't believe on gym memberships, TVs, an ice maker, a stereo for the office, and hired their friends and family for this alleged federal agency. And Trump wants to eliminate this. He is eliminating it. It won't have any effect on you or me. It'll save taxpayers millions, if not billions. And because of that, we're burning Teslas. What I've seen a lot of cable news, MSNBC, CNN reporting on whatever that lone person, that disabled veteran who lost his job. Why don't they do this? All they got to do is read this story. It's just incredible. This is your federal government. That is how they operated a few months ago, taking your money and buying paintings of themselves and expensing everything. They all claimed that they were on a road trip. They were at the office if they showed up at all, and they would claim it's a road trip and write off everything, all their meals, all their expenses on you for an agency that performed no function. All right, we got to move on. We got to get to Hilaria. How you say cucumber?
Hilaria.
Yes, I did it. I watched this and I felt bad for Alec Baldwin. I'm sorry. I did it. I had to. We'll get to that and more, but first.
Excuse me.
All right, a reminder to pick up your Callahan coffee. It's simple. And by the way, I heard lots of reviews over the weekend. I told you I saw a lot of people, and they all tell me how good the Callahan coffee is. Proudly roasted to order in Waltham, Mass. We ensured that you're getting the freshest and highest quality coffee beans possible, delivered right to your door. Try it. Check it out. Just go to CallahanCoffee.com or click the link in our social media bio to order now.
Hi, it's Tony Marino, host of the super popular Newsmax Daily Podcast, a rundown of the day's top headlines and top highlights of Newsmax shows and interviews you may have missed, plus some sports, stock markets, and even some yucks, all packed into about 20 minutes. Search for the Newsmax Daily with me, Tony Marino, on your favorite podcast platform, and check out our entire lineup of great podcasts, including Greg Kelly, Rob Carson, and Gerry Callahan at newsmax.com/listen.
Before we get to the Baldwins and their new reality show, it sounds like Ironhead watched it. He's got a full review. I want to do this quickly. Mayor Wu, the mayor of Boston, I'm still hoping, praying that she's the first elected official arrested by Tom Homan's guys, because she is doubling down. By the way, ICE is in the area. ICE is in Everett, Massachusetts, as we speak, rounding up illegal alien criminals, which is not going to sit well with our teen mayor, Mayor Wu. By the way, she sounds like a high school sophomore in sociology class. This is not what a mayor in a big city is supposed to sound like. But this is her last night, telling illegal aliens, "You belong here," in her State of the City address. This is what she said. It's amazing. She's living in, 2000, 2002. She hasn't got the memo. We're done with this. We're arresting criminals now. You can do your best to protect them, but you may end up in the cell next to them. Listen to our mayor last night.
We stand with immigrants. You belong here. Somos una ciudad de inmigrantes. Boston doesn't back down.
She says, "You belong here," in Spanish and English, to illegal alien criminals. On this same day, the U.S. attorney announced an arrest of 18 Brazilian gang members for illegal gun trafficking. Just the worst of the worst. In Massachusetts, all of them lived here, including 3 who lived in Boston. Illegal alien gang members. So while she's telling them, "You belong here," and making sure, she does it in their language, and they're rounding up gangbangers in her community. And I think this was a reaction to that, to be honest with you. ICE released this morning, yes. U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement posts this morning in reaction to this fool of a mayor telling people they belong here. ICE apprehended a Turkish national charged with rape. Here he is. And they post his timeline. It's just beyond belief. I mean, every time I post about this, people say, is that real? This is real. This is real. This is every day in Massachusetts. In 2022, he entered the U.S. 2023, arraigned on rape and indecent assault of a person under 14. Arraigned, rape, ICE detainer ignored, alien released into the community. The next year, 2024, arraigned again, rape, indecent assault on a person under 14. I mean, over 14. And kidnapping, released, ICE detainer ignored, alien released into the community. And last couple weeks ago, arrested finally by ICE Boston. So gets arraigned twice for rape or decent assault and kidnapping, and they just let him go. Everyone asks me all the time, why? Why would a judge do that? I don't know. I honestly don't know. I know the mayor said, you're welcome here. You belong here. We love you. But judges are releasing rapists. And if you follow me on Twitter or Bill Mlusian or you see it like almost daily. Rapists, people preying on Massachusetts residents are busted, arraigned, and released. And ICE has to find them, endangering everybody, the community, the perp, and the ICE agents, endangering them all. They can't just pick them up at the jail because Massachusetts releases them, just lets them go. I wish I could explain it. I can't. I can't explain this either. Let's get to Alec Baldwin, who, let's be honest, is a brilliant actor. He's a miserable guy. He's a total a-hole. We know that. But he's a great actor, and he's probably made $100 million, would you say, in his career? $100 million?
$70 million.
How many?
70.
$70 million. And he gets checks every day because he's been in so many movies. You know what I watched the other day? I watched The Hunt for Red October, and he's excellent. Young Alec Baldwin, like Glenn Ross, Alec Baldwin is brilliant. And he's still good. He's still a great actor. He just takes
an Oscar.
He takes over every scene. He just is so good, but he's got issues, man. He's got serious issues, and he's married to just the worst woman. I don't care what she looks like. Her name is Hillary Baldwin. That's how she was born and raised.
Hillary Thomas.
In Weston, which is the ultimate affluent community. She went to the Cambridge School of Weston and then went to New York University. Her profession is yoga instructor. And now she's a reality TV star because they're doing a reality show about the Baldwins and their 7 kids. Is it 7?
7 kids, yeah.
Not counting Ireland, the older kid he had with Kim Basinger.
Not counting that pig.
No, we don't count her. She doesn't count. But she's most famous for pretending to be Spanish. She pretends she's Spanish. To me, it just shows she's mentally ill. I mean, when you have that clip where she's doing an interview and pretending she's a Spanish immigrant. Again, she grew up a little rich kid. Her mother's a doctor. Her father's a lawyer. She grew up in Boston, went to the finest schools. She goes on the Today Show and pretends she struggles with the English language. This is just the most amazing clip. Let's watch Hillary, now Hilaria Baldwin.
Very few ingredients. We have tomatoes. We have, how do you say it? Cucumbers. We have red pepper. We have, of course, the critical cebolla,
Onions. We have onions. How you say cucumber. Alec Baldwin, I mean, he's living in hell. He is living in hell with this awful, insane woman who pretends she's a Spanish immigrant. So they do the little publicity appearance for the show. What is the show called? Just the Baldwins? The Baldwins. And I
will say they've been leaning pretty heavy into the Russ stuff. I'm not going to lie.
Really?
Yeah.
So how many episodes have you seen?
4, and they've talked about it in every single one.
You've seen 4 episodes of this show?
I have all 4.
What did you do something wrong? Is this punishment? Did you lose a bet?
It's very funny just watching how horrible she is and how miserable he is because of her. Not even the killing.
This to me is like, as somebody said, this is the moment Alec Baldwin finally understood where OJ was coming from.
You're a winner.
Oh my God, when I'm talking, you're not talking.
Sorry.
No, when I'm talking, you're not talking.
Let's be honest. She's only there because of him. She's only famous because she's only has a TV show because of him.
Correct.
And he tries to talk about how great she is. You're a winner. You're the best. No. She gives him the hand. She puts the hand across, says, no, you don't talk. And then Alec kind of hangs his head and slinks away as she continues to talk.
Oh.
I guess it brings attention to the show right there. People are going to want to watch and just see how miserable he is. And according to you, Ironhead, he's pretty miserable.
Oh, he's the most miserable person. He's just like the whole family will be doing something. He'll just be in the other room cleaning, just away from them all.
You think he's drinking again? Because I would if I'm with that.
Part of it, he said he talked about it. According to the show, he's not, but who knows?
If not, he'll be drinking soon. 7. Is it the number 7? 7 kids. 7 little kids. 7, which were, I believe, brought into this world by a surrogate because, Hilaria, the yoga instructor, didn't want to, go through childbirth. So they had someone else do it. And
she has pregnancy photos out there where her stomach has right angles. Like it doesn't make sense.
That's why he makes so many movies. That's why he's on Saturday Night Live all the time and why he's always in a movie or a TV show because he just has to get out of the house.
Yep.
And why he snaps at, paparazzi because he's seething. He's in a permanent state of seething with rage.
They actually talked about that on the last episode, his anger towards the paparazzi.
Well, you haven't convinced me to watch. I'll let you watch and give us a full report on how the show goes. But quickly before we go, throw it up there. Michelle Obama, much like Hillary Baldwin, is losing her mind. Let's be honest. Maybe it's because the podcast is a total bomb. Could be, she's getting, what is it, like 14,000 views per episode. What do we get? We got 26,000 on Rumble yesterday, 36,000 the other day. She's getting fewer views than we are. And it's got, a staff of like 72 people and all the promotion and nobody. It's so bad. It's historically bad. It causes actual physical pain to listen to this. So we won't put you through it. Just play a quick clip. But if you're just listening, her hair looks like something out of Dr. Seuss. What is that? She's got like 3 big lumps on top of her head, which I assume is her hair. Is that a new style? What is going on?
She mean the new Grinch movie or something?
This is not going to end well. I'm convinced now that she's no longer with Barack and he's stepping out with somebody and she is just coming unglued. Can we hear a little clip of her latest podcast? Because I'm sure it's getting better with every episode.
All seasons, but the summers are hot and swampy. So it's good to be in LA and it's good to be with you.
Ugh. I would rather watch the Baldwins. I'll say that. That is just the worst. It'll be over soon. And she'll be once again failing at one of her projects, just like she failed at making movies for Netflix. But there she is. Soon, any day now, we're going to find out who Barack is, who he is with, who he is shacking up with. Somebody. Maybe it's Jennifer Aniston, maybe not, but there's no way that those 2 kids are still together. All right, that will do it for this first day of spring. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. I'm Gerry Callahan. This is The Callahan Show, and we will do it again tomorrow.
Thank you.
Oh, my God. Is she crazy?
Thank you.
Wow.
Thank you so very much. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, everyone.